Hi.
Hi. Wait till you see the blooper at the end.
Yeah. So welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. We are July 16th, 2016. This is episode 166, and I'd like to welcome
That's an awful lot of sixes.
new and returning viewers.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Lynne, also known as Told Baby. You can find us on our blog at twotangledskeins.com, on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, our Ravelry group, and on Instagram.
See? I didn't forget this.
You forgot Twitter. It's always one of them.
So
I'll
I'd
make
like
you a
to-
little poster to stick on the wall.
Yeah. I'd like to wish my husband a happy birthday.
I yelled, but that'll be in the blooper.
You'll see that.
Just so you don't have to hear it if you don't want to, because, yeah, he is across the house.
He might not even be in the living room anymore.
No.
So I made him Eggs Benedict this morning. I will be making him a cheesecake after we record, and he has a prime rib in the smoker. We were going to take all of us out to dinner to a steak joint.
I was going to say, so I'm staying for dinner?
Yes.
No, it's okay. I have stuff to do afterwards.
You can come back for dinner.
That's okay.
We were going to take the four of us, and like 18 and 20, they don't eat small amounts of food. We were like, it's going to cost too much. So we went to Costco, and we got a prime rib, and it cost $80. That's what he wanted. He paid for it. That's what he wanted, so I make the sides and the dessert and the breakfast. So anyways, who are you?
We already did that. You forgot Twitter, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Hi. So, foes, none here.
Nope.
No foes to show.
I don't count my blanket squares as a foe, so...
No, you shouldn't.
Okay, sorry.
So, we will get right into whips and chains.
Who needs a phone to make the sound?
You do it quite well. So, why don't you go first?
Oh, sure. Do that to me while I'm actually just finishing a round, so give me a sec.
Oh, I didn't really think it mattered when you were going in the
Well,
round.
it doesn't, but I don't like to lose track on the first round because it's really small and there are lots of stitches and...
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I actually worked on something other than the big blanket today, but I'll start with the big blanket anyway. Because, okay, this is the top, so that's your end. This is my end. So this is where we are now.
Wow.
That's going to be
good.
the top left, so I'm just sort of working diagonally from there. And this is the square I'm working on, well, the hexagon I'm working on right now.
It's gorgeous, Lynn.
I know, I love it. And so does my cousin.
Did you see it?
Is a huge bonus. Well, I posted a picture
of
me crocheting in the mechanics
the
waiting room.
Dealer. Yeah.
Last week while I was in Chicago. Week before.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw it and she was like, oh, those are pretty colors. I said, well, you picked them. And she was like, oh, that's mine? So the other day I posted a picture of several of the squares put together and she was like, it's gorgeous! So I'm very excited she likes it.
That gives you a little oomph to want to keep
Yes,
going.
it's definitely making me want to work on it some more. So I've added, I think, 4 or 5 hexagons this week. And I'm going to just continue adding.
And you've got plenty of
I
time.
need 12 across, I think. I'm going to do 12 across with this, like, length and see if it's wide enough to cover 2 people in a queen-size bed.
You have a queen?
I have a queen.
Okay.
And then I'm going to work down.
And you have until October, so...
I have until October.
And
I have
I mean-
until Canadian Thanksgiving.
Crochet is so fast.
Yes. I'm hoping to get the bulk of it done in August, but I'm not going to shoot myself if I don't, so it's not that big a deal.
You're going to be getting some crochet done while we're at Rob's, and he's not going to have a choice.
We're going to get some crochet done while we're at Rob's because we're going to be at Stitches during the day.
Yeah, but also at his house because there's none of this not crafting at his house.
Well, it's so funny because he feels like I can't, because he can't pay attention to more than one thing at a time, he feels like I can't pay attention to more than one thing at a time. I can't watch a movie or a TV show without something in my hands.
Yeah.
Doing something.
Sean always says, just do something. Knit, do whatever.
It's just, I get bored. I can't just sit and watch a screen. I can do it at the movie theater because that's a whole immersive experience.
I can actually pay more attention when my hands are busy.
Pretty much. And I feel like I'm being productive and I'm not wasting my time sitting there. So, I kind of wish it was nighttime and I could turn the lights out to freak Tanya out because I'm wearing my Weeping Angels t-shirt. I have glow-in-the-dark Weeping Angels.
Should we go in the dark bathroom later and take a photo?
That's okay. They don't show up very well. It's kind of pathetic.
I tried, Tanya. Sorry.
So this is the Ruby Hexagon blanket by Nova Seals, and the yarn is Knit Picks Brava Worsted, which is a beautiful, beautiful acrylic to work with. I really like it. It's very soft. It is putting a dent in my finger, but that's because I keep my tension fairly tight when I'm crocheting. Because otherwise it gets floppy and
do you get a sore wrist when you're crocheting?
Not really. Sometimes my thumb gets sore.
You have more muscle.
If I hold the hook too tight, my thumb joint here gets sore.
I think you have more muscle memory in there than me.
Here. Because I'm sitting here like this and it just doesn't look good on the screen. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Quiet you. Yes, my second thumb knuckle here gets sore because that joint dislocates very easily. And
my whole hand gets sore. So
if I hold on too tight.
I don't do it often, and I only do washcloths if I do.
Yeah. I'm coming to the conclusion that I don't particularly like knitting with cotton either. Not dishcloth cotton anyway. Which is why most of it has gone to live with Tanya. And anyway, the Knit Picks Brava Worsted in the Tranquil, Marina, Freesia, and Dove Grey Heather colorways. The Tranquil is the light green, the Merino is the dark green, Marina. Freesia is the purple, and the Dove Grey Heather is the grey all around.
I've never heard of Freesia.
It's a flower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's on a G hook, which is a 4mm. So that's the big blanket. And it is currently... Okay, the individual hexagons are living in my beautiful freckled whimsy bag, which I love, 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 love so much. And the blanket just kind of lives on my bed, at the foot of my bed, or on the dining room table, because I don't have anything big enough to put it in anymore. It's big. Well, okay, I do have bags that this would fit in, but I prefer not to travel with it. So, it stays at home. Last weekend, I went to my friend Kit's housewarming party, and one of the ladies there was working on a Hitchhiker. And then a few days later, I think it was Monday actually. Was it Monday? Did I go to knit night on Monday?
I don't think so. You said you weren't going.
I don't know. Oh, maybe it was somebody. No, it couldn't have been somebody on the VK. Anyway, somebody wanted to start a Hitchhiker and didn't understand what was going on, and I helped them with it. I'm wondering if maybe now I dreamed it, but I'm certain
you didn't go to knit night.
I'm certain I ran into a second person who was working on a Hitchhiker.
And what's Michael working on?
He's also working on a Hitchhiker, but I haven't talked to him in a week. Well, actually, I don't think I've talked to him since I came back from Chicago.
Yeah, he hasn't been on very much.
So I kind of started jonesing for Hitchhiker, and last night I cast the yarn on. I wound the yarn, but it's a gradient, and I wanted one color from each end of the skein in my blankie. So this pretty green square.
What was I thinking?
I know, right? I was winding it going, Sue's gonna hate me when she sees this.
We got some yarn from Alice and of my color Wheelhouse, and we got like an orangey color and a green. And I'm like, oh.
And she was like, I don't want the green. I gotta get outside my comfort zone. So she gave me the green.
Every time I've given her yarn and then she's knit with it, I'm just like, what was I thinking?
I don't know what you were thinking, but I'm glad you were, because it's
gorgeous.
My color Wheelhouse's Everyday Sock in the Arctic Kiwi colorway, and it's a gradient from this yellowy green all the way to black and green. She just had her baby recently. Yes, I know. I've seen the baby. The baby's adorable. Thank you, Allison. It's lovely. I love knitting with it so far. It's got that sort of almost felty texture to it.
Oh, it's nice.
So soft. And it's a dream to knit with. It's not at all splitty. It's got very nice stitch definition, as obviously you can see here. And I really like it. So I put a square on my blanket. And that is the What's the one you're working on? Knitted Patchwork Recipe by Martine, Ellis. And the Memory Blanket by Georgie Nicolson, who was previously Georgie Halam on Ravelry. And I believe I'm doing it on a size 2, which is 2.75 millimeters.
Okay.
I think. Because I didn't tell her about this, so it's not in the show notes. So I just did all that from memory. Huh.
Nice.
And of course, here's my little baby hitchhiker. 5 teeth, that's it. So that's the Hitchhiker by Martina Behm, which I love. It's a fantastic pattern. It is so much fun. Sarah was working on it. That's who was working on it.
I don't know what it is, but I don't like the look of it, but everybody says if you knit it, you'll change your mind. It's the points. It reminds me of
So
Pico.
don't knit it.
It reminds me of Pico.
It's nothing like Pico.
I know. I'm just not going to knit it.
Okay, you don't have to.
I'm not going to do it.
And you can't have this one either. It was my friend Sarah, who is Rabbit Ribbit Lamb on Etsy, who was working on this. That's why I was confused, because I didn't go to knit night, but I did go to Sarah's house.
Somebody was knitting it, darn it!
We hung out, we were having Caribbean food, it was maize balls.
Oh, you had that
the
one near her house?
She's got a Caribbean restaurant right across the street from her house. Oh my god, the food is so good. The fried plantains, so tasty. No, I want some again. I have to do it infrequently because fried plantains are really not all that good for you. And no more than French fries anyway. So tasty though, and so spicy. Oh. I asked for medium spice. I think next time I'll ask for mild. I like spicy food, and this stuff's hot. So anyway, yes, that's my little baby hitchhiker. It looks like a little dragon tail. Look at that.
It does, actually.
It's a little dragon tail. It's a free pattern. No, it's not a free pattern. It's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. And as I said, this is the My Color Wheelhouse Everyday Sock in the Arctic Kiwi colorway, which I love. And it is on 3mm needles, which is a US 2.5. I think it's a US 2.5. There's nothing for 3mm. It's a US 2.5 because it's between 2 and 3.
Yeah, some of them just don't.
Yeah. Well, this one, it's because they don't have the half sizes there. Because there's a US 1.5 too that's not marked on there.
Okay.
So yes, it's a US 2.5 3mm needles, and I'm using my straights because I don't have 3mm in anything else. And that's all I'm working on. Sue's turn.
All right. Oh,
I'm sorry. That's living in my Andrea bag. Andrea, the cat lady, made me this awesome Marvel sock bag, and I love it. Every time I use this bag, because I tend to use it as a little purse, every time I use this bag, somebody asks me for it. Or goes, oh, what a cool bag, where'd you get it? And I'm like, mine. Now you can talk.
Okay. So, Boba Fett Socks, which is just basically a ribbed top of the foot. But what I did, instead of ribbing all the way, I did 5 rows of ribbing, 5 rows of knitting, 5 rows of ribbing, just to see what it would do on his foot. And I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel, so I've got one of them done. Yep. And I'm on the second one. I'm almost done the heel. Yep, almost done. This, I usually use Kate Atherley's basic sock pattern, and so it's kind of based on that. I'm knitting this out of Boba Fett colorway from Yoo-Hoo Knits, and it is her Fairy Tree Sock yarn, and it's on 2.75 millimeters, which is a US 2. And I'm pretty sure this is the only one because she made this and said she was going to make more Star Wars colors, but I don't think she did. So, they're almost done. What? What?
Nothing.
Okay, I'm confused. Looking at me, batting her eyes.
I don't even need to say anything to freak her out.
No.
Kind of awesome. I may be a little bit hyper today, and I'm not sure why.
Okay.
Maybe I should have some water. And there goes my needle.
And this is living in a bag that I got from Yarntasia, and because I'm knitting socks for my husband who's Irish, and the socks are green, I wanted it in my Irish bag. Which is kind of awesome. we were doing a swap, and I was going through her store, and I was like, I need that. Add that to my swap package.
Wow, check out how crooked my needle is. I'm looking at it against a flat surface, and it's got this big kink in the middle.
Knitting is Alpaca. Yep. That's why I'm not knitting on it right now.
Thank you.
And it is the Stockholm scarf by knittedblissjc, who is, I think, Julie. She's Canadian. And I basically put the pattern in Word because I wanted more pictures and I wanted it bigger and the writing bigger. So that's what it looks like.
Pretty bad when you have to start large printing your patterns. She probably sees better than I do.
Sure. And I'm knitting this with, it is called Misty Mountain Farm Prime Alpaca, which is this gorgeousness. And I still don't have a lot, but it's like 300 stitches, so it's taking some time. But I've decided to put a little contrast color stitch marker on here. And I'm not sure if you'll recognize it, but it is it's from Shamika, who is
Shamika's
MekaMika?
MekaMika.
MekaMika, which I absolutely love, and I have a set with all bright fluorescent colors, and I thought I need something bright on here.
Shamika will see you at Rhinebeck. Well, I'll see you at Rhinebeck.
I won't be there.
I know. Sorry.
And it is being held in my Little Creek Designs bag by Selma. She posted these on Instagram, and I'm like, that one's mine.
Duh.
She's like, you want another bag? I'm like, what do you mean I want another bag?
Has she met you?
I'm like, I want another of your bags.
As if Sue wants another bag. Really,
just
woman?
Like, dude, I'll pay you for the bag. You gave me one for my birthday, now I want a small one. So, it's like awesome. And I have all my Canadian stitch markers from Owls on Dante. So, and then last but not least, Tanya told me about the Lisa Along in Knitting at Tiffany's podcast.
Oh, that.
Yeah, and Lisa Mutch was giving 50% off her patterns, so I think I bought 4.
I did see that.
And I didn't bring the patterns in here to show.
That's okay.
So, this is Plume, and I'm going to get one of the better pictures, by Lisa Mutch, who's Canadian. She's the Northbound Knitting yarn dyer. And I'm knitting, my Stockholm is knit on 6mm, which is a US 10, sorry. And I'm knitting this on, didn't even put it on there. I'm really losing it.
Wow, you're good at this.
4mm needles, which is a US 6. And I am using Julie Astley Lezu sock.
Can I touch that?
Yes.
It's fluffy.
Yeah, it is. I got the tags here. And it is her, Lezu sock base, and it is called Birch, and it's 90 superwash merino, 10 silk. I've never knit with her yarn, and it is amazing.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's actually got a little bit of halo to it.
And it's like a little shimmer, too. So.
Well, that's the silk.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. And the other color I chose was another Canadian yarn. Brain dead. Ancient Arts in the Inuit Art colorway. And this is a 75 superwash extra fine merino and 25 silk. So
she didn't even put the yarn in the...
No, I didn't. I was just like, I don't know what I was doing.
Bad
so
podcast.
2 Canadian yarns and a Canadian pattern. So I can enter in it. I can enter it.
You don't get prizes!
In other people's knit-alongs.
Oh, I see.
Let me finish. Grocery Girls are doing it. Wool Gathering is doing it. There's a couple others.
There are many others.
Yep. So here is what it looks like. I'm kind of in the middle of a row, but that's okay. I can still kind of show you what it's doing. Yeah, so it's like... There we go. It's like knitting and purling, and it just, I love it. And you increase several stitches per round, per pattern repeat, so it's growing very fast. But it's like, feel that. It's awesome.
I felt it in the skein.
Kind of awesome. And this is living in a bag that I got in a bag swap, and is by...
Boy, they knew you.
Yeah. It's Dear Ambelina, and I think this is one of her first bags she made.
It's got some flowers.
It's like awesome, and the inside is this bright green. And on here she put Progress Keeper with a sewing machine and scissors. So it's a very well made bag, so for a beginner I'm pretty well impressed.
Oh, I forgot to mention what my big blanket lives in. Ta-da! One of a kind, nobody else can have it.
I wonder where you got that.
That Sue made me.
So that's it for the knitting.
It's exclusive, Sarah.
Limited edition.
You should have seen her last night. We're on the VKN and I fell down and bought a skein yarn. I was like, and there's only one left, so it's exclusive. And Sarah's like, let's see. So I posted it in the Facebook chat and she's like, yoink. Yeah, and then Sue was like, it's all gone. And I'm like, yes, Sarah bought it.
I don't need yarn.
She's local. She can make more. It was Log House Cottage.
Oh.
Yeah, it's local. It's from Ottawa. Well, she's from North Gower, which is just outside of Ottawa.
Yeah. So that's
I'm picking the yarn up tomorrow for me and Sarah.
Oh, you bought some too?
Yeah, I said I bought a skein of yarn and Sarah wanted to see it and then she bought the other one.
I bought yarn, but that yarn went to a swap partner when I got it from Log. But I bought fiber from her. So
I'm gonna pick up my yarn tomorrow.
Nice. Are you going to Lansdowne Park?
Yep.
Okay. So we have, I have 2 cals written on the show notes. The Canada cal, of course, which is ongoing. And have you seen the finished objects?
No.
Oh, the finished objects thread is like, there is some really nice stuff there, and my queue keeps growing. So don't forget to check out the coupon code thread because there's a lot of great deals in there. And I keep adding as I keep finding out about new designers and yarn dyers. And I am, God, I can't even think today. The Lisa Along, which is being hosted by Tiffany from the Knitting at Tiffany's podcast, and she is Craft Tea on Instagram, Ravelry, and Erin, who is the person behind Bling Your String, who is Serafina on Ravelry, has been on the podcast a little bit. So I watched, I think, half the episode this morning. It wasn't too bad. You don't have any stash, do you?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm gonna flash my stash. So we were at Costco the other night, and we were just grabbing a few things, and we were looking for texting gloves, which I found. But while Sean was looking for texting gloves, he found this.
Hey, it's an old lady lamp.
It's for making stitch markers.
I know what it is.
But, so it's got the magnifying glass, which is kind of awesome. But then it came with another one with tweezers.
Aww!
So you can...
It's so cute!
Yeah, and there's a light.
That's adorable.
$21. And it's an Light product.
I will never buy another Light.
I love Costco. I have 3 of them in here.
I bought an Light. The light burned out. I went to buy a new one. And the bulb that it said on the box to buy for the lamp does not fit the lamp. I was not impressed.
A coworker of Sean's, who's a friend of mine, made me some pattern weights. So
Cute.
Instead of using like little clips, you put this on your project as you're knitting it. And it was a fluke that it's green because she used leftover fabric from something else. And so she made me 3 large ones and 2 small ones. And she's also sent me the pattern so that I can make some more. So that was from Kim. Then I got my package from Jeanette in the mail, which was sent to me, returned to her, and she resent it. In there was these Hammond's Cupcake Caramel Marshmallows. They are the weirdest thing, but they're good. Would you like one?
Yes, please.
I was like, oh, I'm not going to like this, and I'm eating it, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of good. So she sent me a nice birthday card.
I won't eat it while we're recording because that would be rude, but I'm definitely going to try this.
And
oh my god, they're huge.
Yeah, they
Maybe
are.
I'll try half of one.
And she sent me a mimosa cupcake bath bomb.
Oh, nice.
So as I'm opening this, Ashley's always around, my daughter, when I'm opening packages.
Oh, she tried to claim it, did
She's
she?
like, so are you going to use that? And I'm like,
Yeah.
It might be in the winter, but I'm going to use it.
We can share that one after.
Okay. And the other thing she sent me was some minis, and I love the way she packaged them. Sorry for the crinkling. So she packaged them in this
like
little
chocolates.
box. It's kind of cute. And you open it, and there's quite a few colors.
And of course, there's a green.
Yep. And they're all about 10 grams, which is amazing. And then she added, now I'm not sure if I'll be able to show this, so I'll put it on the side of the box. She made, I don't know if she made it, but it's a little flower stitch marker, or a progress keeper, which is really cute.
And Jeanette is the Bookish Stitcher podcast.
Yes, I was going to say. And she's the person I'm going to be visiting when we go to San Antonio for the wedding in October. And we're going to go yarn shopping.
Well, I'm at Rhinebeck.
Yep. I'm still sad about missing Rhinebeck.
It'll still be there next year.
Oh, I know, but I'm still sad about it.
But you get to have Jeanette.
I get to have Jeanette all to myself. I get to see San Antonio, eat at some amazing barbecue joints, go to Sean's best friend's wedding, and then go yarn shopping with Jeanette. And possibly we're getting tattoos. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Explain why.
Oh, Sean and I each have 3 tattoos, and we got them in 3 different places. The first one was in Vancouver, from where he's from. Oh, sorry, no. The first one was in Ottawa. The second one was in Vancouver. And the third one was in Washington, D.C., which is where his best friend is living right now, but they're moving to Texas.
Because that's where she's from.
Yeah, and we want to get a tattoo in a different place every time. So
They're souvenirs.
they are.
Souvenirs that don't take up space on your shelves.
No, and you can't see them unless I actually make them visible.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I freaked a lot of people out, and they're like, "You have tattoos?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've got 3 of them."
It was hilarious.
Oh.
The first time we went to Stitches, she went to take a shower. She comes back out. She's wearing nothing but a towel, right? And we can see the tattoos. And Carrie was like, and we made her twirl and show us the tattoos.
They couldn't see the one on my back, but they could see the one on my shoulder and the one on my
I've
leg.
seen the one on your back.
I know you have.
But
we've been in hotel rooms together.
I believe Carrie took pictures and sent them back to her husband.
And he was like, "Thanks."
Meanwhile, Rob is sitting here going, "There's a woman wearing nothing but a towel in my dining room. There's a woman wearing nothing but a towel in my dining room."
You kind of get really comfortable at Rob's.
He's okay with it.
Yep. So
his son occasionally gets freaked out. He's getting better with age.
So that's it for stash.
Except for all the Lisa Mutch patterns you bought.
Yeah, they're out there. Well, I bought more than just Lisa Mutch patterns.
I know.
What am I going to do? The coupon was for 50% off. Go watch.
So she bought them all.
No, I bought 4. I just like the way her patterns are made because they're really simple, but they look amazing.
I do very much like her pattern. I've knit the Zilver, and I really enjoyed knitting it.
Yeah. It's a lot of basic knits and purls, yarn overs and stuff, and it's easy. So that's that.
I know you have. I was informing the live studio audience.
Oh, right. I want to show you some stitch markers that I've been making over the last week. So they're in bags, but I'm going to try and make sure there's no glare. No, I don't know if that's going to work. So they're like a teal. There we go. Then I made some like these little gray pearl-like beads. Come on, focus. Does not want to focus. And I made some pink ones. I'm learning wire work, so these are all kind of my beginners. And these are beads that you got me.
Okay.
These are beads that you got me.
I don't think I've bought you beads since Carrie was on the podcast, so
No.
I don't know. Oh, I recognize those.
Recognize those? And
yes.
they're the darker blue. And then, yeah, you got me these beads too. The multicolored ones.
Okay.
So there's these like kind of multicolored shimmery ones.
This was a while ago. I don't.
Oh yeah. She just came from Michael's and I can't get it to focus.
Yeah, I was like, they're on sale at Michael's. Here you go.
Oh, she got me these. I think she got a lot of these stitch markers for me. I mean beads. Yeah, I can't get it to focus. There's pictures on Instagram. That's that. What else? I bought these last night.
Dangerous when Michael's is just down the street, huh?
It is, and I had to return something. Then I made these, which I think are really cute. They're eyeballs.
Oh, I bought you those too.
Mm-hmm.
Those I remember.
Then I bought a set with these paisley beads, and I just added pink to it. And so there's pink, purple, and blue. So I'm going to make more of those. And then there's another set. There's a set with like a gold Swarovski crystal.
We were laughing about that in the podcast last night that nobody could say it except Tanya. Swarovski. No, I can't do it like Tanya does. So Tanya is the princess because she can say it over and over and over again without making a mistake. But I can say Swarovski.
So there's a bow. There is a cupcake, which I'm gonna go back and get more. They're on sale for like $1.50.
Okay.
So that's a little cupcake. And then I got a lock and key. It's not going to focus. A coffee cup that looks like a Starbucks one. Stop moving. So Lynn's kind of moving her leg. And I got a teapot.
I like tea. Me.
See? Teapot.
I discovered my kettle was salvageable.
So that's everything I've made. I just wanted to show them.
There's my end.
They're not in the shop yet, but they'll go shortly. I did mention knitting at Tiffany's with Tiffany and Aaron, which is a new podcast I'm watching.
Stitches!
I was going to say, do you want to do the next one?
Stitches!
How many days?
I don't know.
No, you said 26 last time. Minus 7, so 19 days.
I don't know.
We're leaving.
We're going in 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're going on the 3rd of August. I asked her to go on the Wednesday because I actually booked a class on the Thursday.
Yep.
A class that I've been wanting to take ever since we started going to Stitches, and I was like, I'm doing it. I don't know, just putting it on the credit card, and it's done. So it's continental knitting. And then I kicked myself because the market classes came out and there was continental knitting, but I'm like...
Trust me, you're going to appreciate having the 3 hours to practice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about after.
Because market classes are great.
But they're quick.
But they're only an hour, and I could have used a lot more... Like the double knitting that I took, I could have used a lot more time to practice that.
There's a double knitting class being given at Twist by Jose.
Yeah, I know.
So I thought about taking it, but I'm just like, no.
Sorry, I'm having to toss my ends because her garbage is like way over there.
Sorry.
That's okay.
And the only other thing we have to talk about is coupon codes. Wow, it's going to be
We should mention what's at the top there.
Right. Since June 21st, when we hit 1,600 members in the group, to today, we're over 1,700 members.
That's a month.
Yeah. So
100 of you joined in the last month.
Where
have you been?
It was actually, I think, a little over 100. I think it was even before we hit 16. Anyways,
yeah.
It's like 80 or 90 people have joined, and I think they've all joined for the Canada Cal.
Probably.
Which is kind of awesome. So we thank you for joining and hope you're enjoying yourself. And we are over 2,000 members in the...
I just thought of something.
Subscribed. What?
That's Canadian yarn.
Yeah.
Hi, I can finally join in.
You can join in and enter it in someone else's...
Sorry.
Along.
I was feeling a little left out.
So coupon codes. I will say mine, which is the Tangled Skeins CA. The coupon code is for the Canada Cal for 20% off, and it's Canada Cal, all spelled out, 20, and it expires at the end of July.
Six Munchkin Stitching, who is Lisa, has an ongoing who has an ongoing coupon code for 10% off. Is the word 2 tangled and the numbers 10. So TWOTANGLED 10. And
Bags by Awesome Granny, who is Darlene, has an ongoing coupon code with us for 10% off, and it's the number 2, TS, and the number 10. And that's, like, we're done.
Yep.
34 minutes.
Who was saying last night, I bet it's going to be at least an hour, and I was like, nope.
Not when there's...
Because I got nothing.
There's not a lot of knitting, there's not a lot of stash, and we weren't jabbering a lot today.
Yeah, pretty much. So maybe there will be captions. Maybe.
Just maybe. We'll see. But there will be a blooper, so stay tuned for that.
Because it's not even 2 p.m. yet, so I have time to do edits. Haha.
Hee hee.
Oi. Oi. Marshmallow time.
Marshmallow. Okay, I'm going to turn it off because she doesn't want to eat marshmallow on air. So happy crafting, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Hi. Oops.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
A little premature.
That's what she said.
Yes.
Hi, Sarah. There was a lot of that's what she said last night on the weekend.
Oh, I just didn't have it in me to go on.
So much.
I made stitch markers and watched Netflix.
You Netflixed and chilled?
I Netflixed and knit. I
Oh,
did not Netflix and chill.
Poor Sean.
Well, never mind. I'm not going to get into the last night.
Nah, I don't know. I wasn't here.
His birthday. It's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Sean! Sorry, he's in the living room. Do you want to start over?
We can start over and this will be a blooper.
Okay, that works.
Hi.
Hey, do you want to...
Oh.